Good evening and welcome to the Cherry Hill West Weekly Report. I'm Debbie Genovese.
And I'm Marcia Fulvey. This past Friday began West's Halloween weekend celebration, which was highlighted by a costume dance party. I was on hand to participate in the festivities, and I asked a few students what they liked best about Halloween. This is what they had to say. What do you like best about Halloween?
Dressing up in stupid outfits.
Well, I think the junior class's exhibit right here is number one, and also at Theater Workshop's Funhouse, great time. Halloween's the greatest holiday of the whole year because you go out and eat lots of food. In exactly 4 weeks, my band's playing at this school, and everybody better be here. Thank you.
And what do you like best about Halloween?
You can dress up however you want, no matter how foolish you are, it doesn't matter. That's what I think, too. Well, the Halloween is new for me because in my native country, we don't have Halloween. So, I like about Halloween, it's so excited and spooky, and I could beat up little kids.
I like the general feeling of giving that everybody has towards the kids. I mean, they give them candy, they want to have a good time.
I like getting dressed up and having fun.
Speaking of the Tea Act, no, wait a minute, no. Happy Halloween, everybody, and I'd like to announce that we are standing in front of the winning decorations for this evening's festivities. We haven't even announced that, but the junior class is the winners. So, what do I like best about Halloween? Well, it's nice to see some people out here having a good time. I was a little worried there because there was nobody at the movie, but everybody seems to be having a good time. And even the sound and light crew did a pretty decent job, and the projection people did a decent job for a change, too.
So that's Halloween here at Cherry Hill West, a place where even I can get into the ghoul spirit.
On Tuesday, October 26, Cherry Hill West held its annual blood drive. The school's wrestling room was turned into a hospital ward as students came in all day donating blood. Teenagers who were at least 17 years old, 110 pounds or more, and had parents' permission were welcome to donate. Sue Desenhall, a West senior, was in charge, and Mrs. Wydell, in charge of Red Cross for Camden County, and other Red Cross nurses were present all day, giving orange juice and donuts to all donators and making sure everyone was all right. Although 70 people showed up, only 50 people met the requirements to donate. In past years, there was an even greater turnout, but this was probably because in previous years, the blood drive was held in April, when more juniors and seniors were 17 years old, and because the date fell on the East-West gymnastics meet, and those students participating in sports were asked not to donate. However, the Red Cross still said the turnout was very good, and all of West students who took part were deeply appreciated.
And now here's music critic Jarrett Lesday with this week's record review.
Aerosmith, Rock in a Hard Place. As the title suggests, there's plenty of rock in this album. This is Aerosmith's first studio album in 3 years. In the time that they've been gone from the music scene, a minor revolution has taken place in hard rock groups such as Van Halen and AC/DC, which have given us fast guitars, erotic singers, and noisy concerts instead of concentrating on making good music. It has finally taken this incredible 9-song album from Aerosmith to bring back respectable rock music to the airwaves. Despite having such multi-platinum albums under their belt as Toys in the Attic and Rocks, Rock in a Hard Place manages to be their best album. This is despite the loss of standout guitarist Joe Perry, who complimented lead singer Steve Tyler, just like Keith Richards compliments Mick Jagger in the Rolling Stones. In Perry's place is Jimmy Crespo, whose driving guitar helped shock the world with songs such as Lightning Strikes and Bitches Brew. These songs pound with the excitement that's always been Aerosmith's trademark. Aerosmith has received plenty of excitement from the Philadelphia area. A couple years ago, when Steve Tyler was on stage, a bottle was hurled from the audience, hitting the lead singer Steve Tyler in the skull. Even though the group will not appear in Philadelphia, its album will be sold in every record store from coast to coast, and I recommend this album strongly.
With the return to school this year, Cherry Hill West students were faced with a new policy regarding attendance. The 18-day attendance policy, as it has been labeled, sets new rules and restrictions that have never before been present at West. With each absence this year, a letter to the students' parents inquiring as to where the students were will follow. After 3 absences, the student himself will be sent down to his house principal and asked where he was. After 8 absences, the student's parents will be notified and in some cases be asked to have a conference with the house principal. After 12 absences, the school principal, Mrs. Katz, will set up a formal conference with the student and parent emphasizing the serious consequences of excessive absences. However, after the 18th absence, the student's record will no longer be in the hands of Cherry Hill West, but rather the superintendent. There, the school board will review the student's file, and if they feel they are not able to handle themselves in their present school situation, an alternate plan will follow. In most cases, this plan means attending Malberg School for 2 hours every afternoon, where the student will receive 20 credits, but must attend every day. There, the student will have to repeat the grade level he is presently in order to have enough credits to graduate. This new policy is being taken very seriously by West students, and therefore a lot of controversy has arisen over it. This week, I had a chance to ask students how they felt about the new attendance policy. What do you think about the new policy on attendance?
Well, I think it's very good, Debbie, because it should keep people in school, especially the seniors who are graduating. But on the other hand, it's not that good recreational because sometimes, you just need a day off, and 18 is not that many days.
Okay, thanks. Do you agree?
No, I disagree. First of all, if you have only 18 days to be absent from school, say you're sick, you're really sick, you have to go on vacation or something, they're going to give you a lot of hassles about, like, why weren't you here? We need a note, we need a doctor's note, da-da-da-da-da. And usually, you could be absent, it doesn't matter what, however many days.
What do you think about the new policy on attendance?
I really don't like it because they're really strict, but it all depends on, like, whether they're going to enforce it or not. It's like, once in a while, you like to take a day off of school, and, you can't really do that with the new policy.
Do you think they will enforce it?
Yeah, I think they will, honestly.
What do you think of the new policy on attendance?
Well, I think it's good for keeping people in school who don't want to come to school, but I think it's a disadvantage for the people who are ill and don't come to school regularly.
What do you think about the new 18-day attendance policy?
Well, if you're really sick, it wouldn't really help much in case you got sick or something.
Yeah, I know.
And you had a flu or something. It wouldn't be fair to...
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I think it's dumb because it's not fair if you get really sick or something.
I think it's stupid because you have to make up every single gym you miss and on. It's not worth.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I don't like it because if you're really sick and you're absent and you miss it, then they really get on your back. And all these cut slips, they give you cut slips every 5 seconds. Because I was absent one day. I came in the next day, I had 4 cut slips for my classes. They didn't even mark me absent. They didn't even know. I had to tell them.
I don't agree with it at all because of the fact that some people have legitimate excuses for their absences. And that's not right to give people, take away absences because of sickness or something like that. Also, the thing with the lates, that's ridiculous. If somebody's 1 minute late to class for 3 days, that's 1 absent. And they're taking off 3 minutes.
I think it's a good idea because they're trying to get people to come into school. There's been too many absences, but it's a little stiff, I think. It should be stiff, but I think it's a little too stiff. In instances that if people are on a long vacation across seas or something like that, I think you could rack up 18 days or looking at a lot of colleges. I don't think it's really that fair to just say everybody who has 18 days is gone for the year.
Okay, thank you.
In sports, sign up for winter sports end this week. If you're interested in basketball, wrestling, or swimming, now's the time to sign up. School will be closed November 11th and 12th for the NJEA Teachers Convention.
Yearbook orders are now being taken in homeroom. The deadline is December 15th. The SATs and achievement tests will be given here at West this Saturday.
Thank you for watching the West Weekly Report. Please join us again next week at this time. Good night.
Good night.
This is Evan Fuhr and Barry Chesnick for this November 3rd edition of East Update. This past Halloween, contrary to what most people thought, was a success. Because of the widespread product tampering, there was much fear for the poisoning of Halloween candy. Fortunately, there were no serious injuries or deaths reported. Most of the people handed out money in place of candy in fear of giving out tampered goods. Last week, there were smiles and frowns as the students received their first interim reports. Mike Strathmore spoke with Mr. Koss, principal of East, about these policies.
Certainly, interims are a very controversial issue, and today we're talking to Mr. Koss about the purpose of interims. Mr. Koss, what is the purpose of interims?
The primary purpose of the interim is to communicate with parents midway through a marking period and to keep them up to date and abreast of the progress that their child is making or whatever problems the child may be experiencing in the particular classes that they're scheduled for.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes interims don't get home. What can be done about this?
Well, we're aware of that since we permit students to carry the interims home. The steps that we take to alert parents, at the beginning of the year, I send a letter out to all parents. One of the things that I indicate in that letter is the date that the interims will be coming home. The Home and School newsletter also publishes those dates, and we feel that by alerting the parents, we hope that the parents will then ask students for the interims on the day that they know they're coming home.
There are complaints that interims are not a true grade or that they are not valid by the time they're received. How can this be resolved?
What we've done this year is we've tried to keep the turnaround time down to a minimum. By turnaround time, I mean that time from the close of the interim period until the time the interim is given to the student. And this year, for the first time, we have that to 5 school days. And again, while that makes the grade on the interim a week old, it is as current as we can get it at this particular point. And again, keep in mind that the purpose is just to alert parents how things are going. This is by no means a final grade for a marking period.
Mm-hmm. Some teachers feel that interims should be sent only if the student is receiving a D or below. This might help to resolve complaints of timing and validity of grades. How do you feel about this?
If we do that, it becomes a negative report, and we want to communicate with parents as much as possible about progress, too. So I don't like the idea and really would be opposed to the idea of just sending home an interim as a negative report.
Thank you, Mr. Kost. I sympathize with the students who have to bring home a negative interim. As a student, I think it would be wonderful if we could get grades for personality instead of tests. Then we'd all have A's. Thank you. This has been Mike Statmore for East Update.
At 6 p.m. on Friday, November 5th, Latin students from 30 South Jersey high schools will welcome E.T. to Rome, which is being constructed in Cafeteria 1. E.T. will descend from a spaceship and will find himself in the company of Julius Caesar and Augustus. Ninth grader Matthew Harrison will be E.T. Mike Stratmore as Jupiter will escort E.T. through the city. The German Club last Friday held their annual Oktoberfest in room C301. Hot dogs, sauerkraut, and German chocolate cake were sold to raise money to subsidize the club's activities. Now for some club notices. Demogorgon, the Cherry Hill East literary magazine, needs you. If you write poetry, short stories, or essays and would like to have some of your works published, please come to room B247 after school on Thursday for more information. The Careers Club is sponsoring a trip to the Police Academy on Friday, November 12th. We will highlight this for you on December's newsreel.
The Bells of East, advised by Mrs. Martha Fletcher, performed such songs as I Believe and Cats in the Cradle last Thursday. They will perform tomorrow in Atlantic City, where they won an award last year. The next speech team competition will be held Thursday, November 16th at Bishop Eustace. Students get practical experience in performance and receive written evaluations. East students will host December's competition on December 7th after school.
This Thursday, October 28th, the girls' varsity field hockey team defeated Camden 1-0. The only goal was scored by Andrea LaGrossa, while good defense was played by Vicky Prano, Andrea Bartlett, and Stephanie Gabriel. The JV team was also victorious with a score of 1-0. Sophomore Chris Joseph scored the goal, while Amanda Hansen, Patty Schlegel, and Diana Bavitas led their powerful defense. The JV team ended the season with a fantastic record of 14 wins and 3 losses. Congratulations to all the team members. Last Sunday, October 31st, there was a free wrestling clinic at East, sponsored by the South Jersey Wrestling Hall of Fame. The clinic was held from 12 o'clock noon to 4 p.m. and highlighted Gene Mills and Doug Parise. After last year's coup, Coach Frank McAleer looks forward to another winning season.
The big story in sports at Cherry Hill East is last Saturday's big football game against Camden Catholic. East had a stunning victory with a score of 17-8. Much credit must be given to Todd Azar, who caught one touchdown pass and kicked a 39-yard field goal to help bring East to its second victory. In order to clinch a second-place berth in the South Jersey Conference, the boys' gymnastics team defeated Cherry Hill West on October 26th at West. The team has a record of 7 wins and 1 loss, which came against Haddon Township by 2 points. The JV squad is undefeated. They beat West last Thursday night. Trish Olson spoke with their coach, Mr. Lou Frank.
Trish Olson along with Mr. Frank, who is the very successful boys gymnastics team here at East. The team finished with an 8-2 record, losing only to Haddon Township first with a score of 1.7 and second by 2 points. The team is also sending the highest number of participants into the state finals, with a chance to send even more with the upcoming novice meet. Mr. Frank, I understand that there are several important meets coming up. Could you tell us about them?
Yes, there are. And of course, the first one is the novice meet, which will be at West this November the 6th, and it'll start at 12 o'clock. We have a full contingent of young men who are going to be competing. Some of them, as you can see, are warming up now, I hope, and getting ready. We have a busy schedule, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of practice to be a gymnast. On November the 13th, right here at Cherry Hill East, we are hosting the New Jersey State Individual Sectional Championships, and that is going to be a real winner, we hope, for us.
Could you explain to us what the difference is between the novice meet and the regular dual meet?
Right. Good question. The novice meet is for those boys who did not have a qualifying score during the season and yet are good enough perhaps to qualify for the state championship individual meet. The National State Individual Sectional Championship here at New Jersey State Championships, why, that is the meet where you have to have the following qualifying scores. And of course, we have this book that will explain all that. Our Boosters Club is going to sell that at the November 13th meet, which will be held at 6:30, and they're also going to give away, they're practically going to give away these T-shirts that they manufactured for the low price of $4. And you know, they're 100% cotton T-shirts, and you can't buy cotton for $4 T-shirts today. Mr. Jackson, by the way, designed this for us. He's our industrial arts teacher and takes care of design here at the school. He did a beautiful job. Come in all different kinds of colors, and all the money will go to our Boosters Club, which helps to support our program.
Okay, obviously every person on the gymnastics team is very talented. Could you tell us who are your standout performers?
Well, naturally Harris Scheckman is, and I would say Kevin Ciano on high bar. I can't forget our other 2 captains, Paul Rikachevsky, and of course, little Matt Harrison is an unbelievable competitor. And we've got a young sophomore, Jeff Fortune, who I think is going to come into his own eventually. He's lacking a little bit of form, which will take time, but I think as soon as he gets that, he's going to be a world beater. He's, by the way, qualified for the state sectionals, and I'm pretty proud of him.
Thank you, Mr. Frank. This has been Trish Olson for East Update.
The cross-country team completed their regular season against Paul VI. East boys finished with a record of 8 wins and 2 losses, while the girls team finished with a record of 3 wins and 5 losses. The JV team was 5 wins and 1 loss. This Saturday, the South Jersey sectionals will be held at Camden County Community College.
Last Tuesday night, the Cherry Hill East girls gymnastics team defeated the girls of Cherry Hill West by a score of 96.3 to 72.2. The Lady Cougars are now 7-0, and their coach, Mr. Phil Frank, thinks our team will make it to the finals this year. Cindy Danker, Megan Elstop, Marion Gonzalez, Cindy Ciola, Andrea Cagliari, Janet Danker, Karen Barr, Linda Kanzler, and Patty Pasquello have qualified for the state sectional championships. Congratulations to the Lady Cougars. A racquetball tournament for East students will be held at the Water Tower on Crescent Road the 11th and 12th of December. See Mr. Bill Shepard for details. Tomorrow will be the tryouts for the freshman cheerleading at 4:15 in the girls' dance gym. Swimming physicals are at 2:30. Reminder that winter track physicals are scheduled for Friday at 2:30 in the nurse's office.
East Smokeout Day will be November 17th. That's where all of us here at Cherry Hill East ask everybody to put down their cigarettes for just one day.
That's it for this November 3rd. Thank you for joining Evan Feurer and me, Barry Chesnick, for East Update. Stay tuned for highlights of Cherry Hill West Festival of Champions band competition.
Okay. Hi, I'm Pat McLaughlin, and this is Stephanie Tatma, the resident music critic at Newsreel Magazine. We'll be back with our season premiere on November 17th, including interviews with Flock of Seagulls and many other bands. Stay tuned for more details.